Welcome to this episode of Ambitious Hippies. I am your host, Courtney Weaver. Today, we're talking about Costa Rica. Costa Rica makes it into my top 3 places outside of the United States, even after these stories that I am getting ready to share with you. That is how you know it's a good spot. Now, I'm not sure how I come up with places that I want to travel. They land in my skull and then they are locked in there like a steel trap. I don't know if I spend too much time on Instagram looking at places all over the world. I have no idea if the algorithm is now just like serving up all of these ideas to live my best life. I don't know if it's from the 90s, if there was something on Nickelodeon that now every elder millennial out there is like, YOLO, I just want to travel the world. Like,
I want to travel one day, see everything.
There had to have been something was going on with Nickelodeon in the 90s that now collectively we are looking around going, where is our next vacation? Where would I like to travel? I have no idea how these spots land in my brain. Maybe I hear a killer story. Hopefully I inspire you with a killer story that you're like, you know what? Despite the ayahuasca story, I am still in on Costa Rica. I hope that I can convince you of that because there's more to Costa Rica than just that story. And that's a completely different episode. If you haven't listened to that, Michael and I break down that experience in a different episode sharing about Costa Rica. That's not what we're talking about here today. It's a little bit different. So when I land on a spot like Costa Rica, I do the natural thing and I Google what is there to do in blank, whatever spot, what is there to do in Costa Rica? And then, Google, it serves up so many incredible curated Instagrammable blog posts by people with names like Ambitious Hippies, sharing everything that you need to do while you're in this spot. So there's a long list of curated experiences. And that's how I ended up on a plane going to Costa Rica, doing ayahuasca, and having some other experiences while I'm there. And those experiences I have lived through, and I'm here to share them with you now. And I'm going to give you some top tips. I got my tiny tambourine to share some top tips. Okay, it's actually not tiny, it's large, and I'm having my Stevie Nicks Florence and the Machine moment. Let me have it. Okay, so what to pack? Let's start with that because that's a big question. You're preparing to go on vacation. You're like, what the hell do I pack?
I'm just trying to figure out what to pack.
I only pack a carry-on. That is a point of pride. You guys can think that you can think that whatever you want to about me. I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
I am very proud of that fact because I used to be a girl that would load, her entire living room on vacation. I would just haul these things around. I looked like I was packing to move. I would be gone for 3 days and I'm like, you know what? I think I should bring the blender. I think I should take it. So the fact that I have graduated and made it to the spot of carry-on, I'm going to keep tooting that horn for a long time. Okay. That is a point of pride. If you're not like that, that's totally fine. Do you? But I am going to share a little bit about what you should pack. You also should know that there is a video that lives out on the internet that is showing me I am boarding a plane. We are in Chicago because when you live in the Midwest, you can get everywhere and nowhere. It's easy access, but not like so easy. It's kind of like, well, you have to get to a jumping off point before you can make it to the next destination. So when you fly out of Kansas City, you're not going anywhere internationally until you get like to the next spot. It's just your entry point. Kansas City's like, I know you like it here, but we got to keep moving if we want to get out of the country.
We got to keep moving.
So we are in Chicago. I am on my phone. Michael is videotaping me. We are departing to Costa Rica. I have my backpack. I got my rolly bag because again, I don't check bags. At some point I'll check a bag and somebody will show me all of these videos and they'll rub it in my face and I'll be like, I don't give a shit. Okay, I do what I want. I'm in line. I am on my phone and I am researching what to pack.
What are you doing?
So I feel like now would be a good time to read what to pack for Costa Rica and before you leave, tips and tricks.
We're at the airport.
And the top tips on things that you should bring to Costa Rica. Like, what can I do now? I'm already in it. Like, I'm in the airport getting on the plane. Like, we are going through the line, getting ready to show our boarding pass. But I have some experience and I packed well, and I'm going to share that with you so you're not in the same situation of Googling when you're getting ready to hand your boarding pass off. Here's what you need to pack. If you're going to Costa Rica, it is lush. There's a lot of green vegetation. You're having like your jungle moment. There's beaches. Anywhere that there is a lot of green vegetation, that's a hard word, vegetation, hear me now. There are going to be two things that come with that. Aside from an incredible Instagram photo, three things. Number one, incredible Instagram photo, check. Number two, you're going to get some rain. There is going to be some precipitation. So just brace yourself. Number three, you're going to have bugs. Okay, that's just part of it. So just know that. So with that in mind, we know we're going to get a good Instagram photo. Let's pack accordingly. Number one, throw in a rain jacket. If you are going to Costa Rica, throw in a rain jacket. And if you are concerned about your hair, my friend, pack a hat. And just embrace it. Who cares? Let her flow. If it's frizzy and wild and untamed, great. So are you. You are wild and untamed. You're on a vacation in Costa Rica. Yay, 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 yay. Let her rip.
I'm wild at heart.
Okay, that's the first thing. Make sure that you pack DEET-free bug spray. I love Costa Rica. They are so environmentally conscious. They are paying attention to what goes back into the earth and what goes into your body. If you want to get hot, sexy, you want to have great food, Costa Rica is your spot. They are taking care of the land and they are taking care of their people, which means they're not putting chemical-filled, pesticide-filled shit on their food or on their people. So DEET-free bug spray. If you're going to ask me, where do you get all these things? You know what I'm going to tell you. You know what I'm going to say. What do you mean, where do you get all these things? You go to Amazon.com. You let Jeff Bezos fulfill your needs in less than 48 hours. Bing, bang, boom. I appreciate that. Okay. Amazon is a huge, huge fill in the gap when I am traveling on vacation. Last minute, coming in clutch. Thank you, Jeffrey. Here's the other thing that you need. Regardless if you are going to the beaches or if you are in the country and actually going to visit the waterfalls, which is a huge draw. Like that is a huge perk of Costa Rica. Throw in a swimsuit, okay? Throw in a couple because I want you to have in the waterfall on the beach, I want you to have that like Bo Derek, Pamela Anderson, slow motion coming out of the water moment. And if you don't know who those two people are, my hair is parted far too far on the side. It is not down the middle. You cannot relate. You're of a different generation. I need you to look them up. Bo Derek and Pamela Anderson. I need you to have this moment. I don't care if your ass has dimples, if your stomach's a little soft, if your arms are a little flabby. I don't care.
I don't care.
You need to have the moment. Do it. Please, for the love of all that is holy, do not get to 85 years old and have not had a moment where you are in a waterfall and you are taking your hands through your hair and you are feeling like you are on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. Okay? You got to have that moment. I don't care if you think you're fat, if you think you're squishy, if you think you're too much or too little or too whatever. Do it. Put on the swimsuit, take the picture, have the moment. I swear you will look back and you will be so glad that you did that. Pack the swimsuit. Okay. I'm going to tell you a story now about poisonous snakes. So there's a lot of things that you can do in Costa Rica. It has two oceans. So you're right in between the Pacific and the Caribbean. Like it is lit. Like there's so much to do. It's very accessible. You can drive by car and you can get pretty much anywhere you want to in a day all over the country. Now, I am going to tell you to hire a driver because these roads are a death trap. You're going to need a driver. Again, I always share with my community my favorite people. Dorian is my driver. I love him. I met him the first day. I always like to support local business owners. So again, make sure that you are opted in on our email list because I'm always going to give the deets on who to connect with. Dorian's the dude. I love him. He's fantastic. And he's the reason that I'm sitting here today because some of these roads, when you are going up and down a mountain, which there are volcanoes and mountains and cloud forests, and there's a lot to do. They are dirt roads with giant potholes covered in some form of gravel. They're not supposed to be 2-lane roads. Like here, we would be like, no, this is definitely like a trail. Over there, it's a highway. It is two people crossing each other, and you take one slippery slope and you are going down the side of a mountain. It is a death trap. Not only that, if you get a little nauseous, like I do, a little motion sickness, in that packing list, make sure that you add a little bit of Dramamine because you're going to need it. So Dorian's our driver. We meet Ullman. Ullman is our tour guide for our night jungle walk. Yes, you heard me correctly. We were doing a jungle walk at night. And then the next day, he was taking us to the cloud forest. I'm going to tell you about the jungle walk at night. Now, I don't want you to get all bent out of shape. It's not that jungly. Like, they're selling t-shirts at the entrance. Okay. So just for frame of reference. But we are in Costa Rica. Again, I am Googling what is there to do in Costa Rica. This is an incredible experience outside of the cloud forest. I think, yeah, we're in. There's a lot of other people around too, so I know it's not that sketchy. We come up on this tour at night with our cell phones. We have our little flashlights out. He's telling us to look for all of these different nocturnal animals. We're looking for spiders. And then all of a sudden we're looking for snakes. And I think, snakes? I was having like a Bo Derek waterfall moment. And now, okay, all right, I am in it. I am on this tour. I'm fully committed. I'm getting the t-shirt at the end. And we find this beautiful green snake, not too big, just chilling. He said, "Hey, looky here." Oh, okay. We got our phones out. We're taking pictures. What is this? This is a green pit viper.
Oh, yeah.
See that head? Mm-hmm. This is
Excuse me? Yeah, this is a green pit viper. I'm like, dude, I am a foot away with a freaking iPhone. How many white people are out here that are going to get killed? Like, what are we doing? Oh, okay.
What are we doing here? Hey.
All right. So let me just share with you how inexperienced we are about what lives in Costa Rica. I did a little Googling on some snakes that are in Costa Rica. 7 of the most dangerous snakes in Costa Rica. Here's the deal. There are 850 different birds. Ooh. Ah. There are 2,000 kinds of trees. Ooh. Ah. And there are 23 species of venomous snakes. What? Excuse me. I am on a tour with an iPhone, and you're telling me that I am either one false move of getting bit by a green pit viper, or I'm just going to roll down the side of a mountain on this dirt road. Okay. I'm here to tell you, I did not get bit by the snake. I do have a lot of great pictures. I survived. I did not buy a t-shirt. I hauled ass out of there. The next day we went to the cloud forest. We got to see those trees. We got to see all those different kinds of trees. We got to see all of those different kinds of birds. We got to go to the waterfalls, and we got to go to so many other places like the volcanoes and the beaches and all of that. I'm telling you, after hearing those stories of near-death experiences where you think, how did I get here? I still put Costa Rica in my top 3. Okay, that's how you know it's good. It's incredible. You don't have to do the nighttime jungle walk if you're not feeling it. You don't have to take the treacherous roads up to go do a waterfall hike or go see the cloud forest. You can just hang out on the beaches. There's something for everyone. If near-death experiences aren't your thing, the best thing about Costa Rica, it's okay. Pura vida, man. Pure life. We'll find something for you to do. Highly recommend Costa Rica. Do a little research before you go. Learn from my mistakes. And if you're afraid of snakes or tarantulas or bugs, maybe just stick to the beaches. But I still highly recommend it. One of my favorite things about traveling outside of the US is I like to pretend like I'm the representative of America. So just so you know, I know that you travel too, but I am the representative. I've claimed that right. I am, again, with my carry-on, I'm America. So what I like to do is I like to really just overly extend politeness. Like I am running for Miss America. So with that, I will y'all a lot. I'll have like a Southern accent, and I become very kind and very sweet.
How y'all doing tonight?
And I'm like, yeah, y'all, thank y'all so much. Here's the problem with Costa Rica. It's so easy to get to. They have direct flights outside of North Carolina. So you can fly outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. And in less than 3 hours, you can be in Costa Rica. When I landed in Costa Rica and I start my shtick of like, hey, y'all, thank you so much, y'all. I hear that I am being out y'alled. They actually are from the South. So theirs isn't isn't like fraudulent. Mine is fraudulent. Theirs is authentic. And they are out yawling me in Costa Rica. And I think, you know what? What a time to be alive. That I am in the jungle. I am on the beaches. I'm looking at a pit viper. And there is somebody right next to me who's yawling all over the place. Costa Rica is a place to be. It's easy to get to. It's easy to pack for. There's something for everyone. It's family friendly. I assume I saw a lot of families around. I'm not packing kids to green pit viper areas, but there are kids there. Highly recommend it. Still landed in my top 3 spots outside of the world. Okay. If nothing else, I hope this inspires you to go take an adventure, go Google something. There is something that is rolling around in your brain that you go, you know what? I think it's time to take this adventure. Let me see what there is to do. If you have questions, connect with me. I am here to answer all of your questions. I will provide everyone I know that can make sure that you have the most authentic experience wherever you are traveling. Thank you for listening. I'm so glad to be here. I survived Costa Rica and I'm going to keep traveling just so I have more stories to share with you. All right. I love you. Go out. Have a great day. Stay wild, friends.